Hey guys, good to see ya. Okay, let's get into the news. There's some interesting stories here. Rules for thee, but not for me. Now, Biden's apparently free vacations are focus of formal complaint. Whenever Biden wishes to celebrate a holiday or go on vacation, there seems to be a billionaire whose interests can be benefited by the president waiting to offer a vacation home. The potential for conflicts of interest is vast. Indeed, former ethics officials of both parties have roundly condemned these activities and pointed out their illegality. Now it's Joe Biden's apparently free luxury vacations at exotic locales and resorts most Americans can only see in pictures that are the subject of complaint and request for investigation. For months, even years, Democrats and other leftists have been scorching individual justices on the US Supreme Court, mostly conservatives, Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito, for their vacations in the company of friends they have. Democrats are demanding a new Congress-run code of ethics for the justices. Biden has joined in that agenda. But a report from Just the News explains that even as Biden and Democrats have been pushing for Supreme Court reform that would give members of Congress control over the way the justices make decisions, Biden apparently has been taking freebies and not reporting them. Rules for thee, but not for me, the report taunted, explaining Biden and his family have repeatedly vacationed at wealthy friends' homes over the years without disclosing them on financial forms, yet encouraged media scrutiny of SCOTUS' similar actions. Leftists in the media have been joining in the progressives in the Democrat Party to call for new congressional controls over the High Court. One idea would be to let Congress decide when a justice can rule on a case. Oh my goodness. Justice is supposed to be blind, okay? It's not supposed to be biased in any way. And if you have if you're letting Congress decide when a justice can rule on the case, isn't that going to be biased? But Biden's own decision to take apparently free vacations at resort locations is the subject of a recent complaint filed by the Center for Renewing America, which asked the Department of Justice to investigate. That's not the only thing they're investigating, apparently, by the way. It looks like they may be breaking Google up. Whenever Biden wishes to celebrate a holiday or go on vacation, there seems to be a billionaire whose interests can be benefited by the president waiting to offer a vacation home. The potential for conflicts of interest is vast indeed. Former ethics officials of both parties have roundly condemned these activities and pointed out their illegality. CRA President Russ Vought explained. He was director of the White House Office of Management and Budget under President Trump. Just weeks ago, Biden proposed to reform the Supreme Court by casting justices aside after 18 years of tenure, imposing a code of conduct and reversing the court's decision that presidents have immunity for many of their actions in office. Democrats specifically are demanding that because they insist on putting President Donald Trump on trial in both criminal and civil courts for his actions in office. Democrats are on a rampage to change the court because of the three relatively conservative justices appointed to the bench by Trump during his first term in office. That gave the court a 6-3 often conservative majority, meaning that the Democrats are unable now to have the High Court rubber stamp their agenda points, as happened when there was a leftist court, which, for example, created out of nothing related to the Constitution same-sex marriage and imposed it on the entire nation. The report noted Thomas and Alito both have been criticised for accepted gifts from and travelling with their own wealthy friends. They later released financial documents showing the gifts and travel, something that Biden has not yet done. The report noted that Biden has taken multiple free vacations over the years, allegedly not reporting them on financial disclosure forms, which I believe they're supposed to do. Just last year, Just the News said Biden took 4 vacations at a wealthy supporters' homes that he did not disclose on his executive branch personnel public financial disclosure report. The New York Post reported. Those included a stay at the beachfront, I don't know how to say that, St. Croix? Oh, who knows, US Virgin Islands, home of rich business owner Bill and Connie Neville. For a 6-day Thanksgiving vacation, Biden stayed at billionaire hedge fund founder David Rubenstein's compound in Nantucket. He also vacationed at billionaire climate activist and investor Tom Steyer's place in Lake Tahoe, Nev, for 9 days last August, the report revealed. The New York Post initially said the White House claimed Biden was going to pay for the stay at Stayer's home, but a subsequent local investigation into Stayers lacking a rental permit was abruptly dropped, and there has been no disclosure of the rental term agreement. Further, it appears the homeowners were absent during Biden's vacations, meaning the stays could be considered other than personal hospitality. The White House has denied the Bidens had any required disclosure of gifts or travel reimbursements during the reporting period, January to December 2023. But the Bidens also made a similar round of vacation stays at exotic locations in 2022 as well. Very interesting. Okay, let's see what else I can find. By the way, yesterday on X, there was the Trump Spaces, Elon Space, where Trump had, I'm not following anyone apparently, where Trump had, Elon interviewed or questioned Trump, and that was quite interesting. It crashed at the beginning, but came back, and the last I looked, because I had to get in the car and go and do a couple of things, but the last I looked, there was 1.3 million people listening on X alone. Then you had at least 75,000 on Tim Pool, forgetting all the other people who streamed it as well, like Crowder, and hundreds of people streamed it. So it was quite interesting too. He was talking about therapeutics and things. It was very, very interesting to listen to. Watch. Joe Biden throws Kamala Harris under the bus, says she's also responsible for the current dumpster fire economy as she desperately tries to distance herself from his policies. Yeah, throw her under the bus too, yep. United Auto Workers unions file federal labour charges against Trump and Musk after successful space discussion alleging worker intimidation. Okay, I don't think that was right though. The interview, which took place on Monday night, saw Trump and Musk exchange ideas on a range of topics in what many have dubbed a historic dialogue between two of the most influential figures of our time. However, not everyone was thrilled with the outcome of this conversation. The UAW, sounds like you've got the same problem we do in Australia, a union deeply entrenched in leftist ideologies, has taken issue with comments made during the discussion. Specifically, they've accused Trump and Musk of attempting to intimidate and threaten workers who exercise their right to engage in protected activities such as strikes. During the interview, Trump made a statement regarding striking workers, suggesting that companies should have the right to make tough decisions about their workforce. You want to quit? They go on strike. I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike and you said, that's okay. You're all gone. You're all gone. So every one of you is gone, Trump said. Trump's comment referred to Musk's acquisition of Twitter X, where nearly 80% of the company was dismissed, though his language mistakenly described the employees as striking. In reality, Musk had already planned the layoffs when he decided to acquire Twitter. So what they're saying, they just took offence at what they said, even though it wasn't aimed at them. It was aimed at X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. While some employees protested this decision, it was not related to their working conditions. They're just a bunch of lefties who do not want Musk, an advocate of free speech, to take over the business. The UAW, predictably outraged, was quick to pounce on these comments. They filed charges claiming that such remarks violate federal labour laws, specifically the National Labour Relations Act, which protects workers from being fired for participating in strikes. So they're having a hissy fit over nothing, in other words. Okay. That pretty much tells me that you have the same problem with unions over there that we do in Australia. You have a legal person, ferried into UK, by Kamala Harris, attacks a 10-year-old boy twice in Mississippi in a really bad way. Top Democrat representative Steny Hoyer suffers a stroke. Oh, wow. Dirty Harris campaign edits news headlines with Google search ads to make it appear major news outlets are on her side without their knowledge. Wow. How many of them are there? Independent.co.uk, AP News, USA Today, PBS.org, Reuters.com, TheGuardian.com, CNN.com, NPR.org, W Day Radio Now. Okay. Wow. No one is fooled, even China, Russia, Iran, alliance nations see how horribly biased and dishonest US media is today. It's not just you, the US, it is Australian media, UK media, Canadian media. I don't know about New Zealand. Have they picked up? Are they getting better? I don't know. Sperry said secrecy of the president's family doc raises the questions, are we getting the full story on Biden's cognitive health? No, I don't think we are. That's just my opinion. Black Philadelphia woman fights back tears as she described how Biden, oh my God, I can't talk. Biden-Harris inflation is killing us without killing us. Apparently, Biden has been seen, okay? Apparently. Can't tell if it's him, but apparently he has been seen. Let's have a little look over here. Where are we? Okay, apparently he's been seen. If you can tell that this is Biden, good for you. I can't tell. Kind of looks like him, but you know, there's been like 6 different Bidens. I don't know. Not only that, yeah, okay, there's Jill and Joe. Yep. Jill walks that way, and Joe, where are you going, Joe? Maybe he was meant to go that way. He's off anyway on his own. Surprised, is he going to get lost? I'd be surprised if he doesn't get lost. He's on his own, walking like a robot. On his way over to the White House, I believe. Is that where he's going? Where is he going? Does anyone else know where he's going? Because I don't know where he's going. Does he know where he's going? It'd be funny if he walked into the tree and bounced off it. Sorry. I mean, just as a comedy act, not, you know. Do you know where he's going? Does anyone know where he's going? Is he going to the playground? No, he's looking at the playground. No, he's continuing walking. Does anyone know where he's going? I think he's going to the White House, to be honest, but does anyone know? The Secret Service guy's going, maybe I should follow him? Just to make sure he's all right? I want to see him do something funny, like walk into a tree or sit down on the grass or... I don't know. There he is. It is the White House he's walking to. Where was Jill going then? Who knows? But there you go. So we got that. Oh, for those who didn't see it the other day, this plane had 8 cancer doctors on it, apparently. Wonder if they had the cure for anything. Okay. CNN, Ryan Savadra said CNN's Dana Bash blatantly lied about Trump and Musk's conversation last night. She falsely claimed that Musk and Trump said it was okay to drop nuclear weapons on Japan in World War II. Audio from their talk last night shows that is not at all what they were talking about. They were talking about using nuclear power to generate electricity and how even when there's been accidents, it's eventually safe to move back to those areas, as evidenced by how Hiroshima and Nagasaki are both thriving cities now. Also, historians and military officials have said that far more people would have died if the US did not drop the atomic bombs on Japan, because the US would have had to invade Japan and more American soldiers and Japanese would have died as a result. Anyway, okay, but just correcting some CNN's Dana Bash, because she just, I don't know, lies, like they all do. What else have we got? I'd like to know what exactly this EU goon is trying to restrict, and why might some truth be making it past their authoritarian socialist censors. Carl Becker said breaking, the European Commissioner is threatening Elon Musk over his Donald Trump interview tonight. Okay. They really didn't want that interview to happen. There was one guy asking, a reporter asking Jean Green-Pierre, JKP, if there was any way to stop Elon and Trump. Drew Hernandez said insane. Kamala Harris reveals she'll be freeing all illegal aliens from detention centres in the United States if she becomes president. Of course she will. That's what she's doing now. She's not going to change anything. She'll promise you the world and say she'll do all this stuff while not doing anything. She's got power now. Why isn't she doing anything? Okay, and this was it. Here we go. Donald J. Trump Spaces with Elon. It was very interesting, I have to say that. I was listening while driving. So, yeah. Terrence Simpson said, yeah, that would be epic, in reply to Elon Musk. What's Elon Musk saying? Oh, Elon Musk said, happy to host Kamala on X Spaces too. Terrence Simpson said, yeah, that would be epic. The interview would receive only a small fraction of the audience the Trump interview had. It wouldn't last over 2 hours because she would have nothing of substance to say, and most of the audience would quickly tune out in boredom and disgust. There you go. I believe that's true, by the way. A wall of negative headlines was so predictable. They're such NPCs. All this does is drive even more people to listen to the conversation themselves and realise how much the legacy media lies to them. Autism capital. Trump rambles, slurs his way through Elon Musk interview. It was an unmitigated disaster. Kamala Harris campaign criticised Trump for self-obsessed rich guys after interview with Elon Musk. Donald Trump's lisp during Elon Musk's interview raises questions. It sounded like he didn't have his dentures in. Honestly, to me. But it could also be a problem with microphone. But, hey, I don't know. It sounded to me like he didn't have his dentures in. So Donald chatted with Elon, and here's the future as they see it. Losers win, incompetence rules. Musk's Trump talk on X after glitchy start, a 2-hour ramble. No, it wasn't. It was very interesting. The first part was about the attempted assassination. The Musk-Trump X interview was surprisingly dull meeting of two planet-sized egos. No, honestly, go listen to it for yourself. Listen to none of this, right, and just go and listen to it for yourself. Now, this was USA Today, Fox News, Newsweek, The Guardian, New York Times, The Guardian, Wired, The Independent, The Verge, The Hollywood Reporter, Reuters, CNN, CBS, New York Times, Financial Times, New York Times, CNN, MSNBC, NPR, WHY. Why? Okay, The Washington Post, The Atlantic, The Guardian, and Variety. Yeah, all fake. Okay, MJ Truth Ultra. The United Auto Workers are going to try and sue Trump and Musk because they threatened and intimidated striking workers in the X interview. Trump praised Elon for firing lazy workers who didn't want to work during the pandemic. I don't see a problem with that. Dr. Malouf said Burqa and Niqab, who knows? I don't know how to pronounce it. Burqa and Niqab are now banned in Austria. I wish that said Australia. Austria became one of the latest European countries to ban Islamic face coverings. The Austrian government calls facial coverings incompatible with the Austrian values. I wish that said Australia. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Blair White said, hot take, but if you believe the woman who did not let you work, go to school or enter public establishments without getting jabbed is going to take on Big Pharma, you're very stupid. Newsweek said Vice President Kamala Harris said that if she's elected, she'll take on Big Pharma and other corporations. Why doesn't she do it now? Surely she can take them on, start the process, do investigations. Probably not. Sarah A. Carter said, thank God. Brian BJ said a car bomb intended to target Jews just detonated prematurely, killing the 2 terrorists inside in the Hebron sector. Oh, what a shame. Here we go. American as far. Said breaking DOJ is considering breaking up Google. Let's go. Break it away from YouTube too. Okay, Colette Harrington, here's her own post. Vice President Kamala Harris POTUS asked me to lead our diplomatic work with Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala and Honduras to address the situation at the southern border. We have to address the root causes of migration. It won't be easy work, but it's necessary. And she hasn't even been to the border. But yes, she was, by President Biden, was asked to do the diplomatic work with Mexico, El Salvador. It's still up there. And this was in response to the Krasenstein brothers again. Brian Krasenstein, who would stick up for, any person doing things with children, he decided to fact-check Trump to Elon Musk. She was totally in charge. She could have shut down the border without him. He says, fact, Vice President Harris had no unilateral authority to shut down the border in any capacity. Well, this. She said it herself. POTUS asked me to lead our diplomatic work in Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala and Honduras to address the situation at the southern border. So there you go. Yep, people are asking him, do you know how to read? Yeah. Okay, anyway, there you go. This is just getting ridiculous. Liz Churchill said we're suing General Motors for unlawfully collecting drivers' private data and selling it to several companies, including insurance companies. Texas AG Ken Patton. Very interesting. Inside Paper said just in, Elon Musk tells Trump he will join a government efficiency commission if one is formed. Yes, he did say that. And if you want to know more about that, you're going to have to go and watch the... there is a recording, I believe, up on Twitter, if for anyone who wants, or X, whatever. I still call it Twitter, for anyone who's interested. Now, Campbell Newman, you mob at 9 News Australia, presented this last night as, wow, how cool is this? This will make our lives better. Not one shred of scepticism, not one question about security or where this all goes. After letting us all down during COVID and becoming cheerleaders for government overreach, the least you could do is wake up to how sinister this stuff is. 9 News Australia said, Australians will soon be able to use a secure digital ID on their phones instead of handing over sensitive private documents. No, thank you very much. Put everything online and everything is susceptible to being stolen, hacked, you name it. I'm not going to do that. Rep. Lauren Boebert said the Biden-Harris regime has made home ownership out of reach for most Americans. There you go. It's the same here in Australia, guys. This LGBTQ activist said the LGBTQ agenda is to have affairs with your spouse, to destroy your family if you don't vote how she wants you to. She or he? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, yeah, they threatened to take your man, and your woman, by the way. I don't know how, but anyway, they're going to take your woman away from you to live in a mansion with little puppies and have a great life, apparently. Let me tell you something right now. That's not a good life. I believe life with a partner is better, not with someone who just supplies you with a mansion and puppies. Okay, anyway, let's continue on. Matthew Kamanzuli said, surely we can have better politicians in Australia. We came fourth against the world at the Olympics, regardless of our breakdancing effort. We regularly punch above our weight in business, the arts, science and more, yet we can't get out of our own way economically. Australia should be an industrial and technological powerhouse, just like in sports, simple as that, but we're not. In most aspects that are impacted and influenced by the government, it's like the experts are all Dr. Reagan. It seems like we have been on the down escalator since Turnbull became PM. A massive step down from Abbott, another big step down from Turnbull to Morrison, and a giant leap down to Albanese. Worse, I'm not sure we've reached ground floor yet. Listening to Donald Trump talk to Elon Musk today was frightening. It's clear the world's in a mess. Trump speaks with clarity and common sense. It is obvious he, in his conversational style, is energetic, clear-thinking and across the brief. His passion for the USA and for the Western world is clear. President Trump is remarkable. He and Elon talking just sounded like two clever, experienced and capable men who just care about the state of the USA, the state of the world. Who do we have in Australia right now that sounds anything like these two? Pauline Hanson. We are spoken down to and spoken for. I know a lot of people in politics personally, and with very few exceptions, they think of us as mugs. I can't think of too many that I would employ, much less like. They listen to clown pollsters and spin doctors like Crosby Textor and Freshwater. They act like we need to be parented. It's sad. We can do much better than this. We must, or there will not be an Australia left. We need people with business strength, intellect, life experience that goes beyond government jobs, people of substance. Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can do a thing or not, you are right. Exactly. I'm standing up because I want to do a better job than the people we have. I believe Australia deserves better than what we have right now. I'm certain I could do better than Albanese. He's utterly feckless. If you think you can too, then get involved. Take a direct interest and get involved. Australia is counting on you. We need to get Australia back. We are held back and oppressed by the corrupted government. Both parties are forced despotism by design. Australia is one of the most abundant countries on this planet. With our population to land resource, no Australian in this country should ever go hungry or suffer. And that is correct. And I'm thinking of running for the council. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. The local council here, because they're all bloody hopeless. Anyway, let's not worry too much about that right now. Also, I'm hearing that in Australia, this is a rumour, I don't know how true this is, don't take this as fact, go and do your own research, but that our internet is tracked, traced, watched, everything, and the only free internet we're going to have is Starlink. And Starlink has actually overtaken the NBN right now. And I wish I didn't have so many trees around me because I've got a Starlink. I just can't get reception because of the trees. Anyone got any advice for that, apart from cutting trees down? Because I can't, I'm renting the house, so I'm not allowed to touch the trees. Okay, Lauren is laughing at this. Oh, okay, yep. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but watch people's phones. I'll turn the volume down. They put a big, big audience in there, big applause, okay? Now, the people's phone pictures in their phone didn't change as these two walked out. Look, watch the phones. It doesn't change. The picture does not change when they walk out. These two have got them standing way back. There might be one. There's one or two that might have the right kind of picture, but the rest, their phones haven't changed. Yeah, I don't think so. Dr. CIET17 said, bring attention back to this pertinent matter. Thanks for playing. Oh, he's back in the news again. I can't mention him on here. Every time I do, I get some kind of hit from the tube. Okay. Douglas Murray said the author of this crappy Guardian piece, calling for Elon Musk to be arrested for incitement, wrote a whole novel under a pseudonym, wet dreaming about the assassination of Donald Trump. So this person from the Guardian. You know who else should be on trial for the UK's far-right rights? Elon Musk, apparently. Okay, and the rest of it I may have to do on Rumble. There's some stuff with music in the background that I can't do on here, so okay guys, I hope you can join me over on Rumble. I will be uploading a video there, well, this video with more at the end of it, so go to about 28 minutes, 30 minutes or so, and you'll come across news you haven't seen here. Okay, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.